Joining me now is Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna and Florida Congressman Byron Donalds. Boy, I don't even know where to start. Let me start with you, Anna Paulina Luna, if I may, because one of the things that during the process before the vote, AOC got up there, and we'll play it in a second, but it got up there and pointed fingers at you guys right there, the Republican caucus, saying, you're against women of color. What do you say to that?
You know, the only thing that they can really say is bring race into the conversation, because that's the easiest way that they think to divide the American people. But I'm sure myself and Byron will tell you that the GOP has no issues elevating women of color, men of color, but first and foremost, we focus on being American and really fighting Biden inflation. So it's a useless argument, but that's all they had.
Mm-hmm. Byron, Congressman Byron, I'll let you respond to that. I want to hear AOC in a second, but go ahead.
Oh, no, Anna's absolutely right. Look, the reason why they go to race is because they have no argument, because Ilhan's history in Congress has been one of just rank anti-Semitism, pure and simple. This is something that's been going on for years in Congress, and finally it took a Republican majority to take care of it once and for all.
All right, so let's do this, Control. Let's throw to the AOC freaking outside. By the way, folks, this is Academy Award-winning stuff. Watch.
One of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America. And this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Now, Congressman, there are those, since that outburst happened on the congressional floor in the House, they said that looked a lot like some sort of evangelical preaching going on there. Your thoughts?
Definitely wasn't preaching, but what I can tell you is that she's lying. Because obviously she didn't have a problem with Dr. Paul Gosar, because during the speaker's vote about a month ago, she was caught on bad lip reading, talking to the man. I don't know about you, but if somebody's threatening my life, I'm not going to go strike up a conversation with them. Somebody needs to go pull that tape out and show it to the American people. This was high drama by AOC, ridiculous, because there is no defense for what Ilhan Omar has done. And I'll also add, there are members of the Foreign Affairs Committee who have said that she has caused issues with other leaders around the world because of her comments, which has caused issues for us specifically in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Middle East, let's talk about Ilhan Omar, who called this racist. Can we play that soundbite, folks?
This is what this debate is about, Madam Speaker. There is this idea that you are a suspect if you are an immigrant, or if you are from certain parts of the world, or a certain skin tone, or a Muslim.
Yeah. So, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, your thoughts on them playing this race card over and over and over again. By the way, we wanted to bring you guys on because that's the squad. Omar, AOC, Tlaib, Ayala Presley, they're the squad on left. I think you guys right here, the two people on this screen right here, and throw Matt Gaetz in there and Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. You guys are their counter on our side. Fight for us, will you? But I'm sorry, Congresswoman, your thoughts on Omar. React to her calling you guys racist.
You know, it's clearly not true. The one thing that I want to point out is that the media, the Democrats said nothing when Cori Bush sat there and tweeted that Byron Donalds was a prop because we had nominated him for speaker during the speaker's fight. So I just want to put that in perspective. If we ever were that disrespectful, if we were ever that derogatory to another member, could you imagine how the left, how the national news would react? And so I just want to put that in perspective. But furthermore, I also want to mention the fact that foreign affairs is incredibly important. And Ilhan Omar admittedly engage in immigration fraud. And so that's an incredibly important thing to note, that why should she be on this committee when she's done things that are clearly illegal?
And very quickly, let's play that soundbite of Ilhan Omar talking about Hezbollah and Al-Qaeda in the same breath as America.
It was the thing that was interesting in the class was every time the professor said Al-Qaeda, he sort of his shoulders went up and,
Yeah, he's in command here.
Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
And it was, you know,
What's his name?
you don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You know, you don't say the army with an intensity.
Carter.
But you say these names because you want that word to carry weight.
Yeah, Congressman Donalds, she's defending. Sounds like to me she's defending Hamas and Al Qaeda terrorist groups.
Look, this is what I'm talking about. Look, we have our disagreements with Democrats. Everybody knows that when it comes to domestic policy and stuff like that. But when you leave the United States and you go across the world, we should be speaking as one voice when it comes to our adversaries and our allies. And her commentary, since being a member of Congress, has caused issues with that. There's no doubt about it. There are many other Democrat members who serve in the House of Representatives. They're going to replace her on the Foreign Affairs Committee. And I'll also add, it's not like Ilan's being taken off of all committees, just Foreign Affairs. There are briefings, security briefings, members of that committee get that other members do not. There are meetings that take place around the world that those members go to that other members do not. So this is an issue about America, about national security, and about speaking with one voice when it comes to, in particular, the Middle East and what America's foreign policy interest is and what stated American policy is.
You know, it's so important, so important, Congressman Anna Paulina Luna. She's defended Al Qaeda. She's defended Hezbollah. She defended another soundbite, CARE, the Council for American Islamic Relations, which is really the PR group for Hamas. I don't want her having security, deep classified security information. I don't know what you would be doing with it. Final thought.
You know, from a veteran's perspective, there's a lot of people that have lost family members and really essentially fighting overseas against terrorism. I'm not saying that Representative Omar is a terrorist, but when you make those types of very insensitive statements and then you're claiming to represent one of the greatest countries in the world, I think that says everything that we need to know about Ilhan Omar and why she should not be on foreign affairs, which is exactly why we stand by our vote and why we removed her.
Awesome. Really good having you both. Folks, look at that screen right there. Those are two up-and-coming GOP congresspeople who are just going to represent us proudly, especially me in Florida, both of you guys. Thank you both so much. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, Congressman Byron Donalds, thanks for joining us.